Can I talk, Jake?
Yeah, sorry. Literally last second producer shenanigans.
Hey everyone, welcome to Nerdarchy for Nerds by Nerds. I'm Nerdarchy Said, and today we're going to play some 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons. As always, you can find links to where these wonderful people are when they're not over here, if that is indeed possible, down in the description below. And even though it looks like we don't have a DM, we really do. You'll just have to trust me on that. So without further ado, I will pass it to our illustrious DM, Robin.
Salutations, nerds. Welcome to the Old Guard. We do indeed have a full party tonight. I just chipped a tooth, and I'm not gonna show you that. Excuse me. The Old Guard is a campaign where all of the player characters are older characters that were once members of the same adventuring party and are coming back together for one last hurrah. And for content warnings in this campaign, one of the characters is dealing with some alcoholism and the issues inherent in that. And one of them is dealing with thoughts of self-harm. And if either of those are things that are going to give you a difficult time, you are perfectly fine with giving this one a pass and maybe coming back for a different game like the one we play on Tuesdays. That said, if you're good, we shall pick up at around evening in the city of Armistice. On a pretty normal evening, what would your characters be doing?
Oh, for certain, Klaus is settling down with Iridia. Just making sure she's okay, making sure she has her tea, and making sure everything's good and dandy in her neck of the woods. And the moment I feel like I'm able to break away, like, hey, babe, is everything all right? Well, I don't know. Can I go for a stroll, maybe, or something? And that's kind of a cue, like, hey, I just kind of want to see what my buddies are up to, you know?
And I feel like at this point she understands that that is what this is code for and isn't going to like try and stop you or like harry you in any way. So you're able to get out the door without too much of a fuss.
A bit of
She
a
wants some
fuss.
lap time.
Of course, of course.
Okay, well the fuss that's made is a very mutual fuss, I imagine. It's one of those like, no, you close the door first.
Yeah. For certain. And I think out of all the fellows, Klaus would be trying to visit. I feel like it'll be just said.
You feel like it would be what?
Just said.
Oh, Hasade.
Yeah, are human ranger not ranger?
You mixed my first and last names together. I was very confused.
Yeah, isn't it just say Hassan?
You got the first
Hasade
letters
Hassan.
juxtaposed, but you were close.
I've been mispronouncing his name all campaign.
That's true.
So,
Alright, Hasade, where are you?
What else is?
I'm right here.
Oh my god.
Is it gonna be one of those evenings, my friends?
Always.
Frag's here. It will.
Where is your
May well be.
character?
Wherever Klaus finds me.
Oh,
The flagon? Question mark?
Alright,
Sure.
you guys are at the Frosty Flagon. You find him at the Frosty Flagon and definitely not anywhere else.
I was gonna say, I don't know where I am because I've had a few too many.
are you talking as
This isn't even the
Frag?
character that's having an alcohol problem.
No, that's not me. That's Gelthor. But not Gelthor, because he quit drinking.
Quit drinking, and he's had reasons to want to restart, and is trying desperately not to.
Well, if it helps, Tristan is also there because he needed a reason to get out of the house for the night. And by needed a reason, Simon made it very clear that he needed some time to himself, and Tristan needed to make himself scarce.
kind of feels one of those moments as soon as I open the door to the flag. Everyone go, everyone knows your name. You know, almost like Cheers. Like,
Well,
hey, my buddies are here.
So, how
Also-
long has it been since we returned from our last little adventure / rendezvous?
Um, it's been a few weeks. Like, not major time, but like enough that things have been allowed to settle a bit.
So I feel Gelthor, especially now that we haven't found any new clues in our primary investigation, the thing that got us back together, and just feel like we've been uh, encountering more things to collect in this stuff we have to do list. Um, he's trying to avoid the tavern unless like somehow like he's told that, hey, we're meeting up for this and for that. He's not gonna have any kind of judgments on anybody else that wants to drink or whatever have. But if all they're doing is just getting together to drink, he's not there for that. Um, so I imagine he spends a lot of time like on the shoreline, praying and meditating, trying to gather, as much time to put together what little amount of clues that they've ascertained, and just see if what kind of extra guidance and what have you. So knowing that people are are gathering, I imagine he would finish his prayers as the evening turns on before making his way back to the tavern.
So one of the things that followers of Noreen do, like how Catholics sort of cross themselves, it's like that, but you're like making the shape of a bowline knot, like you're tying one, just sort of miming that, right?
Okay.
So it's a gesture for closing prayer. It's a gesture for safety. It comes to mind in that moment.
Okay.
As you are coming to the end of your walk down the beach, and
So, having spent a little bit of time with the bowline, uh, there was a time I, as Ted in my personal life, learned how to tie a one-handed bowline. So, like, since like, would it be like kind of representative of that?
show me again.
So basically, like if somebody has got the other end of the rope and you've got like a broken arm, you literally like come up and around, pull, you twist your hand through the upward rope, and pull down, which creates the bow line with just the one hand.
That's
Uh,
very cool.
so I would imagine if there's a gesture that's related to that, unless you're unless you're using two hands, I think
No,
that
it
would be
is
the
now.
real world knowledge for the win.
All right. So, yeah, you do your thing, and as you're walking along the sand, you find a little spyglass just sticking up out of the sand, and there's nothing particular about it. It's just the glass. It's not enchanted or anything. It's well made enough that it survived being half buried, but
But it's a spyglass.
it's a spyglass.
Okay, I will definitely pick that up.
And that is not just a thing that you have. All right. Raziel, are you at the bar?
Actually, no. I want to, if you'll allow, and Ted will allow, I want to modify what you're doing a little bit, Ted. I think that while kind of for the same reason that Gelthor stays away from the tavern as much as possible, maybe as a show of solidarity and continuing to work at repairing our friendship given relatively recent developments. Probably somewhere in the time that you're meditating, I think Raziel shows up, Gelthor, and kind of stands there quietly for a moment and then says, I hope this isn't considered sacrilegious. As I set down a pail and I'm holding a couple of fishing rods. And I think the intention here is just to spend time with Gelthor. I know that he likes to be at the shore for meditation and whatnot. And Raziel, maybe not holding to those beliefs, understanding the importance of meditation, fishing is a form of meditation, and just wants to quietly cast lines out into the surf, and whether we catch anything or not.
As you break the reverie, Gelthor would look at you like, I am certain that we have had, much discourse on, who Noreen is. But I don't know if you've, ever cared enough to memorize, what, some would say is her portfolio. But in this moment, I find it just a little bit fitting, my friend. I gesture out to, the waters in front of us. First and foremost, she is a goddess of the sea. Then, I gesture back and forth between the two of us. Our relationship has been quite rocky, or some might say stormy, as of late. She also cares about that. Interrupting a reverie for a, while fun but somewhat droll act, some might say could have some mischief to it, which, while is not the foremost thing that brings me to her, it is something that has added levity to my life, and she cares about that. And we all have our dreams, our futures. And I hope that, we continue to repair what has been done between us. And that is also where she lies in dreams. So I find it very fitting, and you are most welcome, my friend.
Well, like you said, I haven't exactly memorized the tenets of your faith, but I gotta believe there's something in the canticles to Noreen about silence being golden and don't scare the fishes, as I just cast a line out. And unless Gelthor specifically brings up anything, I think for now Raziel's just content to fish in silence with his friend, and but I think there's a small part of Raziel that a very close observer might notice. Every once in a while, he just sort of cocks his head as if listening. Because Raziel, these days, always keeps an ear out in case his dark saint calls upon him. Kind of like subtly reaching in and checking your pocket to see if you've gotten a text message from somebody.
Aw.
Without looking like you're doing it.
Well, I'm not trained in perception, but I think I have expertise in insight. So I would definitely know how to read you like a book.
But yeah, that's
sure.
where we're at.
All right. So those of you at the flagon,
sorry. So like I guess like if we're turning over here, I turn over to the boys after a thorough investigation. I can say, gentlemen, I think we can conclude Raziel's Gelthor's not here, which is good. All right. That's why we meet up here sometimes to make sure you're not here.
Right, that's exactly the reason we're here. I'll take a shot of whiskey. No other reason than that for sure.
Yes. Well, I mean, well, I'm just finishing up my coffee, and we say so. Just for context sake, we definitely say, yeah, you guys want to come up for a drink? Yeah, sure. Then we're like probing the scene to make sure if you show up or not, Gelthor. And
Well,
so far you disappointed us, and we're happy for it.
Jossie, do you want another drink?
It's Hased.
He said, doesn't change my question.
And then you get the bartender calling it's hayseed.
Close enough.
I love that Tristan's known him for like 40 years or something and still doesn't want to get his name right. Anyway, I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna wheel myself to the bar.
Well, I mean, I said, yeah, we know out of all of us, you're the most skilled in tracking, being our ranger. I have to put my hand around your shoulder.
What do I need to track?
Gelthor, obviously. We know he's not here, but it's been a while. I think we should,
There's not too many places he could be. I start going down the list of your normal haunts.
If he's not with you guys, he's not at the tavern. He's not at Raziel's place. He doesn't have his own place, so it's pretty much by the water's edge. Or any of you that might know, like there was a shrine to Nareen he goes to every once in a while, but not a whole lot of places.
So like I look at Hassan's list and I'm just like, well, he's definitely not here. We made sure of that. Look at Raziel's thing is like, I remembers that Zone of Truth incident. It's like, and he's like, he might be here. It's like point to the last. Or
Is the shrine along the beach at some point?
It's in a cave. I don't remember the specifics because that was like I think half a year ago.
Yeah, it's the cave is underwater when it's high tide, but when it's low tide, you can get into it pretty easily, and there's like a shrine in there.
Guess we can check the beach and head towards the cave.
Yeah, see what turns up.
I wheel up with
happens
drinks
to
for
be high
everyone.
tide.
Yeah, but I don't know that.
Okay, that's fair. I'm going to push this along a little bit and say that you guys do meet up on the beach. You find them fishing there. You lot are like still about 20% drunk, depending on how drunk you got when you started. And somewhere along the shoreline up ahead to the north of you, you can hear the faint sound of a calliope.
What's a
Also,
calliope?
I kind of, I want to say like as they're discussing how to like hunt down Galthor, I just kind of like roll up with our drinks, deliver whatever everyone is drinking, and then I'm like, oh, I can find him real fast, and I'm just gonna like use one of my magic items to send a message to Galthor to be like, hey, where you at? We're gonna come find you.
You
Say
just
new
get
phone,
a
who
text
dis?
from Treston.
So I imagine he's done this before. So I let him know, water's edge, near whatever the nearest landmark would be. Raziel and I are here fishing.
I crumple up my list and throw it at Tristan.
Well, we know where they're at.
He worked so hard on that.
Oh, it's a nice list.
I even spelled some of the words right.
Right. I think this one's spelt wrong. I'm going to point at something that is spelt correct.
Gelthor spelt with the OR, not ER.
I mean, I can't speak. I literally spelled Tristan's name wrong earlier.
I wasn't
All
going to say anything.
Moving on.
All right. So somewhere up the shoreline, you guys hear the faint sounds of a calliope, but you do find your friends fishing, just enjoying a perfectly mundane moment together.
I like not. I'm like, salutations. Didn't think you guys would be here together, not yelling at each other, but pleasantly surprised.
Wasn't really keeping track of time. Were you?
Not at all. Not at all. But you know, it's be a damn shame to waste such a good crisp air night. Wouldn't you say?
Sure, what you got in mind? What we doing?
Well, first of all, at least start a campfire or something. It's freezing out here.
Yeah, love me a beach fire. I'm gonna start on the campfire. Just pull out a little thing, and I've got a fire starter kit.
Yeah. As you get that going, I literally just prepare some random tea leaves ready for brewing. Get some fresh water out from my water skin, just getting it ready for the tea that I'll be brewing for us.
So I'm just imagining you guys making like a beach camp, like a bunch of old men.
No way.
I'm cleaning the fish that Gelthor and I caught.
God, if only this were a slightly more modern setting, I could accuse you of having socks and sandals.
Can you see my feet right now?
I don't wear sandals, but when I do, I also wear socks.
Currently in that as well.
I have regrets for adding all of you. All right.
We are just a group of old adventurers.
So, all right, you guys are like making up your camp and everything, and you can kind of see in the distance, like, they start cropping up like mushrooms, these little tents just over there. Colors, you've got a yellow one, you got a blue one, you've got like one of those big towering flags over top of all of it somewhere. And they're not really bothering you in any way. You've got like your fish, you've got darkness setting in, and I'm assuming that you guys have like already decided that you're planning on staying here for the night, right? Since you're making
Looks
camp.
that way.
All right. So like as darkness falls, it gets brighter. It doesn't really get brighter. It was always kind of that bright, but it's getting dark and you can tell now,
Mm.
So like I guess around this point we just putting the tea over the fire, getting it going and whatnot, making sure nothing boils over. And if it starts acting or tastes goofy, I'll definitely prestidigitate it. Just to make sure it doesn't.
Now the tea is behaving like perfectly normal tea.
Hey. Gelthor,
Yes.
you come down here to the lakeshore pretty frequently. Yeah?
I would say so.
So, has that always been here? Indicating the lights, the popping up tents, the calliope music.
No, I think that's must be something new, some kind of traveling event.
Okay. I didn't think it had actually been there all along, but I was sort of subtly making sure you could see it too.
Do you gents want to have a look?
Galthar, as a note for you in particular, from where you're standing, you can see that the banners flying above the circus depict the crescent moon.
Hmm.
Tristan has fallen asleep in his chair.
Him with a stick.
He might have
Yeah.
started drinking before meeting up with Hasid.
It's like when I guess Hassan wakes him up.
House, when you go to drink your tea, it's cold.
Okay, that's not good. How long has it been? So I look around.
I mean, you just heated it. Like, you just heated it, you
Oh,
would take
yeah.
a sip, and it's cold.
For certain, like that's what Klaus perceives, but like he's probably thinking he probably just you know how when you hold on to the tea a little bit too long.
Oh, no, I completely know. I haven't treated ADHD.
And like as Klaus is just like look, he's like how long have we been here? Because I don't remember. Oh yeah, it's definitely cold. As I excuse me, prestidigitation. I just want to make sure prestidigitation does the Yep, I could warm something up. So I attempt to warm up my tea again and give it a sip. Is it still cold?
You had said
Well,
one of the banners had the crescent moon on it,
I did, yes.
and that's one of Noreen's symbols, right?
Yes, the highest banner, as a matter of fact. And it's in her colors as well.
Yeah. So after Klaus is fiddling with
And
his
yes, Klaus, your tea is warm now.
mug of tea, I had said, "Hey, gents, do you want to check it out?" And I'll just kind of like stick the rod into the sand dune, and I'll just begin heading off towards the flags.
I'll follow and push Tristan until he wakes up to take over.
Oh, we're moving.
And
We're moving. Where are we
and
going,
make-
Jet? Oh, how are we going?
We're heading with our friend as I slip you a cup of very caffeinated tea.
Oh,
So you
wow, this tastes like the stuff that Simon's always trying to give me. Where's your coffee at?
Oh, hold on. I prestidigitate it to make it taste like coffee.
Hesitantly take another sip and go. It's a little watered down, but that'll do.
Is everybody going to the carnival?
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys start toward it isn't a carnival, it is a full-blown circus. You can tell as you're drawing closer. They've got a little palisade that they've erected, but it's all painted with colors and stars and moons. And around the outside, there are clowns in blacks and whites and dark blues and yellows, and that they juggle and they giggle to one another, and they're all wearing face masks depicting various expressions in dramatic, bold colors. And as you approach, they start to come closer, and you hear the sounds of clumping hooves against the packed earth. But they're on sand, and they're on cock horses, not real horses.
I've never seen a sight like this. What do you gentlemen make of it?
Me
Well,
personally,
no,
just trying
it's
really
not
hard
fun.
not to attack clowns.
What? I don't know. I want to check it all out. Maybe they got some good food. That fish was fine, but like I'm still a bit hungry.
The clowns stop about 20 feet from you, and the one in front draws himself up like he's on a proper steed and not a stick horse. And he says, "What business have you with the Umbral Circus?"
It's
Notice
a
the
circus.
notice the banners. Thought you were trying to draw attention.
And there's a pause, and they kind of lean back and they confer amongst each other, whispering loudly, but you can't really understand. It's almost like they're making it hard to understand on purpose. And then the front one leans back again and he says, "Well, in fact, we are.
So
Is
then,
this your first time?"
why try to drive us away if you were in fact trying to draw people in?
They exchange another look, and then one of them exclaims, "Away!" and they all laugh. They all just titter a laugh together. And the one in front proceeds to produce and offer to you a cock horse.
What do they offer?
A cock horse. A stick horse.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Um, and is this for an event? Is this for something
for-
here?
It's for riding, it's for the hunt. Join us and we will gallivant into the park. And he gestures back toward the gates.
Well, we have no better hunting than our friend has said. Our ranger.
Ranger.
Yes, our ranger. Well then, let us take part in this merry hunt.
Oh yeah, come with my own mount, but thank you.
Gonna say, is Tristan gonna be able to horse around with us, or
So as they hand all of you these stick horses, one of them comes up and is just sort of like checking out Tristan's wheelchair, and then they just like pop the head off of one of the coxcombs and offer it to you.
I'll
Or
take
cock
it.
horses.
All of it.
I was gonna say, I just stick it between a couple of the the braces or what have you.
Oh, I can find a spot to fix this. I just kind of set it on one of the handles, like screw it into some random spot.
Everybody give me perception.
passive's 18?
Okay, well you definitely noticed.
Nat 20 for a 24.
8.
I got
No,
a 13.
13.
I have a 15 passive, if that matters.
All right, cool. Everybody notices that the path that they ran down toward you is covered in hoof prints as if they had actually been wearing horses, riding horses. Wow, what has gotten into me today? So they proceed to start riding back toward the gate, and you notice that your fake horses are also leaving hoof prints instead of your feet prints as you're like running in that direction.
Or in my case, track prints.
And the moment you breach the gate, everybody sort of cheers and like they take a moment anytime anybody walks in, really. And so it's like for every one of you, there's a pause, there's a cheer, there's like welcoming, there's confetti thrown into the air, and it's all in blues and silvers and greens.
Hmm.
And there's just a little bit of an underwater feeling to it all. It's not specifically themed that way. It is really more night themed, but the colors are all cool and mostly in blues and greens. And there's the midway, there's games, there's people like barking for like knife throwing, and one of those games where you throw the little ping pong ball and try to catch the fish, and like all sorts of stuff like that. There's some bigger tents where there are shows going on, there's food, and down the midway punctuating all of these events, there are jugglers throwing torches back and forth.
Wow, they definitely know their festivities.
Looks like our options are wide open, gents.
First stop, an elephant ear and an onion burger.
You can indeed find those things. And for fairly cheap, as is the case at a lot of festivals.
I want to go to festivals near you.
I guess Klaus would go to one of those tossing games you mentioned. Like back in my youth, I used to have a mean throw, but we'll see what I can
Give me
do.
dexterity. You can use sleight of hand if you want.
Yeah, that's tiddlywink better than my straight dex roll. So I was about to land on a natural 20, then it just went over to the 8. 8 plus 4 is 12.
Okay. So, all right, are you knife throwing?
Yeah.
All right. So, it's kind of a rainbow target, and like the violet ring is on the very outside and the red ring is the bullseye. You hit green pretty solidly, and there's some like stuffed animals and things around the outside, and the person who's running the game, wow, excuse me. She is a halfling, and she's got her hair in braids, and she's like got one of those little pointers that you would use if you had like a classroom, right?
Mhm.
And so she's like pointing at the different things, and it's got a little hook on the end so that she can like pull them down. But there's like a bunch of animals, in the little green area, and they're about the size of a softball, and about as round. It's like a little fox, little elephant.
I
Get the one that
literally
looks like Pikachu.
see almost like a bird shaped thing. I'm not sure what the bird is. I guess yeah, maybe a pigeon or no, not a pigeon, a dove. A dove. That sounds way better than just a regular thingy. And I picked the dove, and I'm all like, I think Aurelia will like that.
And so like it's drawn down and handed to you, and it is very soft and again very round. It is like the fattest dove you've ever seen in stuffed animal form.
Oh, that's why I thought it was a pigeon. Bit plump butt. All right.
Anyone else trying their hand at knife throwing?
I'm gonna make my way to like. Is there like like the gun shooting ones, but instead of like a gun, it's probably like a crossbow or whatever, or like the archery style booth.
Actually, you know what they have? I don't know if you've ever seen these before in real life, but sometimes you'll like find those booths, but they'll be like water guns, and then you try to blow up the balloon and pop it. They have that.
Yeah, Tristan's already sort of like starting to wheel his way over there, and I think by the time you ask the question, I'm already at the booth, like with the gun in hand, like ha 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 ha.
All right, so you are because those things you have to have at least 2 players for them to run the thing. So you are playing against a couple of children and like an older looking guy that looks like he's probably their dad, right?
Oh, I'm gonna take this shit so seriously.
Oh, I can see that coming from a mile away. And he's like just looking at you, and it's just these kids have no chance unless they nat 20, and this dad is definitely gonna try to wipe the floor with you anyway.
I mean, I'll give him a chance. I rolled a 16. I'm assuming I'm making like an attack roll since shooting is what I do.
Crazily, he only got an 8 and didn't do very well, and one of the kids got a 12 and didn't do very well, but the little one actually did nat 20, so all of you get bested by like just this tiny little girl in pigtails, and she's so proud of herself, and she rubs it in your face.
I'm just like bop bop bop, ha ha ha, eat it. And then this little kid like is like turns to me and just go, and I'll just like toss the hair and be like, "You earned it, kid. You earned it."
Okay, take a point of inspiration. That was good.
Kid working on the handicap.
Yeah.
Oh no, she thinks he's the coolest thing ever. These kids ask you 100 questions, and all of them would be rude if they weren't coming from a 6-year-old and an 8-year-old.
I will like in heavens telling stories about how I lost my arm, and they might be like exaggerated. You know, my arm got bit off by a shark the size of this whole arena or whatever this carnival is called.
Oh man, but they are wrapped, and they want to hear everything about the shark. They 100% believe you, and the dad is no longer in rival mode. Like, you have managed to come out of this with friends.
Yeah, like the shark started attacking people in the town, and the mayor was like, "We can't shut the town. We gotta have the holiday happening." And then me and my buddy went out there and tried to hunt this thing. And
is this the plot to Jaws?
Yes, it is. Should have seen when it blew up. Just shark guts everywhere. It was the coolest thing I've ever done.
No way. There's no way that really happened.
Yeah, totally did. Ask everyone. I'll like point to my friends. See, they all know. They'll tell you.
So these kids run up to the rest of you, and they like look up at Carlos, and they're like, "Did you actually blow up a shark?"
I did. He did, but I point over to Tristan.
That might be actually the real part of the story.
And they're just like, wow.
The funny thing is he's the smartest one among us, but the only one dumb enough to get into the water with it.
Well, I had 2 legs at that point.
That doesn't take away from what I said.
I'm looking for some kind of test your might, strength-based test.
Oh yeah, one of those like big bell like hammer. Yeah, there's one. There's definitely one
Yeah.
of those. There's the Goliath manning it.
I think Raziel's the type who likes to subvert expectations. As this older man with a limp walks up and eyes the giant mallet and the bell and sizes it up before taking a swing at it.
All right, and the Goliath is like, all right on, old man.
Athletics?
To disappoint you.
Yeah, athletics.
Crack my neck. I'm gonna try this one straight up the first time. It's 21.
Yeah, you ding that thing. You ding that thing right off the bat. The Goliath looks pretty impressed, actually. Like, all right. That was a pretty good hit.
The Goliath
And-
Matthew McConaughey.
And so, you are handed like just this very big owl bear, right? Like it's about the size of your torso. The face is stitched a little weird, but it's squishy.
You got a 3-foot owlbear.
I immediately regret my decision to partake in this.
Why?
So is there any?
No,
of
not
those,
me.
like-
Not me. Sorry.
No, I mean Raziel.
Raziel looking at this giant stuffed owl bear definitely has this look of, but also thinks of, and it's only because it's been a while, that I cannot remember the young lady that's been staying at my house.
Neveress.
And I think, okay, well, Neveress will.
When I see the grumbled look on your face, like just you can tie it to your back, and I'm certain you'll find somebody whose face would light up if you give it to them.
I already know that. It's the tying it to my back and carrying it around part.
Is it that big a deal? I mean, it doesn't look like it weighs that much.
I don't. Yeah, I just kind of roll my eyes and figure out a way to sort of lash it to my back.
So, Raziel, there is a grinning face peering around a corner at you, and it is all needle sharp teeth. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen an anglerfish's mouth, but that's basically what you're looking at right now, except it's a boy, right? And he's got like this purple hood drawn up around his head and sort of a lantern hanging from the front of it, and he kind of gives a little finger wave, crooks his hand for you to follow, and then vanishes around the side of that corner.
I look at Gelthor. Did you see that?
Did I see it?
Yes.
Yeah. Right over there. That boy looked a little different.
Fishy?
All right.
Might say that.
I miss you, Frank.
My curiosity is piqued. I want to see what his angle is.
Nice.
God.
All right, point of
That was
inspiration,
rude.
both of you.
I will at least move to where he disappeared around the corner and see where he went.
All right. So he is standing there, and he has got in his hands what appears to be a drawstring pouch. And he holds it up, and he goes, "This is definitely something you could use. Because I can promise you, that thing that you're holding there will fit in this bag. You want to play me for it?"
What's the game?
And he produces 3 shells
Oh no.
into marble.
Wait,
I was
I
about to
barely know what
ask
the three
whether
shells
there
are for.
was-
What's the marble for? I'm just kidding.
To hide under the three shells.
Sorry, that was
I
a
was about to
Demolition
ask
Man
if there was
reference.
one of these kind of games. So before I even asked, here it is. I'll play.
And he just grins, and you see every one of those needle teeth, and his eyes are incandescent like the lantern that he carries that he has taken off of the hook from his hood and just set next to him on the table. And he holds up this black pearl, lets you get a good look at it, and then he hides it under one of the shells. And ordinarily, I would be having you roll perception for this. I'm still gonna have you roll perception for this, but I'm gonna let you swap in charisma if you want to, if that's better for you, because
It is not. What I would like to do is I want to watch him as much as his hand.
okay.
Because I think a part of the game, is in the tell, and I am really good at insight.
Ooh, do insight. Absolutely. I like that.
I'm really good at perception.
Oh, you do that too.
All right. So my perception is a 23.
I'm not as
Alright,
good
what's
as
your
you,
insight?
apparently.
Sorry, my insight is a 23.
Okay,
Okay.
your insight is a 23. What's your perception, Raziel?
16.
Okay. Galfor, you don't see the moment that he palms the pearl off the table, but you know from the expression on his face that he did it, and you know where it is. Right in the lining of his sleeve.
So when he stops moving, I'll point to the first shell. I'll say it's not here. And I'll point to the other end, say it's not here,
He grins.
and then I'll point to his sleeve and say it's right there.
And he produces it again and kind of cants his head to the side and nods, and he will hand a bag of holding to Raziel. All right. That was good. Most people
Now-
aren't as quick as you.
I will say, and I don't see any iconography or anything on him.
No, but you don't
Mm.
have to. You know.
Yeah. So I will make that, that gesture of the one-handed bowline. There's much you can do in the future if you keep at it. Not everyone is as skilled at such an age.
He gives a little bow and he says, well, not everyone has the benefit of parents that own a circus.
Don't lean on it.
What do you mean?
Let her guide you if you want that. Don't just rely on what is in front of you. If you don't seek more, it might not happen.
And he nods, thinking about that pretty seriously. So, the name's Wiley. I will definitely be thinking about that pretty seriously going forward. What do I call you?
I am Gelthor Aravel. I've followed the lady's path for quite some time, so
Which would explain why you were some of the first people here tonight. And you've noticed that more people have started filtering in since then, some of them carrying cock horses.
my friends and I happen to be on the beach, so as you guys started setting up, we were very close. Fortune favors those who pay attention.
And he proceeds to pass you the pearl.
Oh. Don't you need this for your game?
And he does a flourish and then produces a blue one. You won with that one, so it's lucky for you. Not so lucky for me anymore.
Ah.
And Ted, I
Yes.
want you to make a note that the next time you fail a saving throw, the black pearl that you were just given will turn white and just become a normal, like, 50 GP pearl. Like, not.
Okay.
But right now it's slightly enchanted.
So a free reroll of a save.
Yeah, I mean, no, it just passes you. It's just gonna absorb
Oh.
the fail for you.
It's a legendary resistance.
It is a legendary resistance.
Damn.
I agree, Jay.
That's crazy. Darn it! I'm looking at my character sheet. And I'm trying to determine if this is a wise idea or not. I want to exchange in kind,
All right.
and I am hoping this does not piss her off. I go into the meager amount of supplies that I have, and I take out the pearl that was given to me specifically by Nareen,
Ooh.
and I offer it to him.
And as you hand it to him, you can feel approval. She liked that a lot, actually.
Don't be as generous with this. This was a gift to me, literally, by the goddess. If you truly wish to serve her, this will aid you.
He
If you are
opens.
looking to,
Sorry, go
if
on.
you are looking to trick me, I would feel quite the need for reprisal.
He
So,
opens his lantern. He takes the candle that was in it out. It goes out, and he replaces it with the pearl that you just gave him, and it sort of it glows in this almost oxidized green color. He proceeds to replace it on the hook, and he says, "Come with me. Let me introduce you to my family.
absolutely.
It's all of you." And he kind of takes his table down and then motions you on back. And there's a point in every circus where it like stops being the tents and the audience facing content and starts being like trailers and things. They have that. They also have a little building in the center of where the trailers are. And when this boy opens the door into the building, the interior is definitely not what the interior of that building was. Like, he is taking you to a different place entirely. You have gone into like a proper inn/tavern, and for some reason it was not set up anywhere that it could have been accessed by the guests.
Nice.
The people in here, like, they're quietly just discussing things, and they seem like adventurers for the most part. You know, people that are dressed somewhat like you, if more in a recent fashion. You've got 3 sort of blue people that are just like wandering around. 2 of them are very short. You know, they're like halfling sized, but then the other one is a very large man that like has broad shoulders and like is just carrying crates around and things. There's a tiefling behind the bar with about the same skin tone as the boy with the anglerfish teeth. And he waves at her and she waves back as he comes in, and he says, we're going to go up to the bar. She's probably going to take you back to her office. I'll probably start tending. Just take a minute, make a contact, I guess. I don't know. I feel like you'll find each other interesting. And he grins again, and his teeth are terrible, but he doesn't have a single bit of a hesitation in just showing all of them to you.
Well, I look around and marvel at the fact that we've just kind of like uh you know I mean, we stepped into a demi-plane or stepped through a vast distance of space. But certainly impressive.
So he goes over, he exchanges a few words with the woman behind the bar. She comes back around and she's like frosty blue, right? Um, the hair is kind of like blondish white, one braid over the side. Her horns are tall, like almost a crown of horns.
Oh,
Um,
sweet.
and she sort of gestures. Her wings are folded around her shoulders casually. She brings you back into an office. Um,
So is she a tiefling?
yes. Yeah, quite a tall one, but yeah, definitely a tiefling. Um, so patrons, I take it?
We came into the carnival. We met the young lad, got the better of him, but he seemed impressed by us, and well, I was impressed by him. He offered to bring us back here.
Good, because not many people do manage to get the edge over on him. And it just so happens that we could use a spot of help.
Oh, what seems to be the issue?
So we get adventurers that come in through here all the time. It isn't as though we are starving for the kinds of people that understand how these kinds of things work. But we need a particular bit of finesse for this kind of issue.
Need a certain set of skills.
Yes, actually.
Has someone been taken?
I'm not certain how to put this delicately, so I'm just going to be blunt. The fair is haunted.
Of course it is.
Dealt
the
with
clowns.
a fair bit of undead.
Well, yes, I'm not sure if it's that kind of haunting, though.
Well, I mean, generally speaking, the word haunt implies
it does.
spectral undead.
It does. It does. What I mean in this case is if an item has been passed through enough hands, has been used enough times, has been given enough focus, it starts to develop its own opinions about things.
Interesting.
Unfortunately, we have a tent that has started to develop its own opinions about things that is not entirely happy with how we have been conducting business within it.
Haunted tent.
That's intense.
It doesn't sound as much like haunting so much as and I looked at Tristan. That's like spontaneous enchantment.
Oh yeah, spontaneous, mundane,
Sentience.
sentience. It happens. I'll tell you about an argument I got into with my wrench one day. But anyway,
Is the tent itself unpleased, or people within the tent? You mean?
Oh no, the tent. The tent is on strike.
The tent. Gentlemen, I think I've heard it all.
I think we can reason with it. I mean, we did talk a ship into not killing its whole crew, so
Oh, if we're going to have a discussion with the tent, you should do it from without, because inside it would be intense.
And she's smiling a little bit. It's that terse little smile that isn't quite a smile. It doesn't quite reach her eyes. but the amusement is there. She's not like actually properly angry. She's just like you can see the words "you motherfuckers" like scrolling across the side of her brain.
It was more that Ted couldn't let that pun go. So
No, that was great.
That was a good one, Galto. I'm gonna be thinking about that one all night. Intense.
So to what end are you looking for us to deal with this? Are we looking to try and convince it of your way of thinking? Are you looking for us to kind of take it down and let you guys set up another tent?
Well, I mean, it's going to need to come down eventually. We're a traveling circus, but I think if it would just stop eating clowns, that would be good. But it won't talk to me.
Wait, if it eats
Eating
clowns, we should
clowns.
just leave it alone.
I think we left that part out.
Well, all right. So the clowns aren't. This is going to sound terrible that the clowns aren't people, but I don't mean that in a like clowns aren't people kind of. No,
I
no,
agree.
I agree.
that isn't what I mean. Okay, no, our clowns in particular aren't people; they're constructs.
Oh.
Robot clowns?
No, like spirit constructs. They're like the bubble animals that come out of the pipe if you have one of those.
So you conjure them.
Yes, they're manifestations.
Okay.
They're just made of energy, and then the tent is consuming that energy, which is fine. But then we have to reform them, and it's a whole thing.
This is quite an interesting tent.
What goes on
Right.
inside this tent?
What has it expressed in displeasure at what you're doing? If you could share that.
It would rather host a show that isn't the animal acts because apparently they smell bad.
Okay.
It's not wrong.
Well, it's also the only tent big enough to host the animal acts, you understand.
Absolutely. Have you considered, and this is just the first thing that crosses my mind, someone dabbling in any bit of magic could learn a simple spell that can fill the air for a little while with a more fragrant odor. You know, thaumaturgy, druidcraft, prestidigitation, all of these would fulfill that, that role. Now, depending upon how many animals you're talking about, it might be more than what that spell could occupy, but it would at least be a step in the right direction.
I think they're looking for a permanent solution for the tent, not a patch.
We can give it a try.
Oh, please. I would appreciate that very much, and I can pay you quite handsomely for your intervention.
Off to talk to a tent about the elephant in the room, or
Take another fucking point of inspiration, how dare you?
I'm thinking
Hey,
we
I'm the one that
down a
cringed at
peg.
the intervention.
I'm surprised y'all didn't catch the patch joke for the tent.
Oh my god.
Hey, we're the clowns
Over my
here. You might have constructs, but we are clowns.
So this tent, does it manifest a visage, a face,
So
in any
it is,
particular spot?
yeah, it's the biggest one, and I kind of like the idea that the doors are the mouth, and it's just sort of like flapping open the tent flaps to talk to you, and like the eyes are just like little globy things that are sort of floating above, and normally they would just be grabbing your attention and guiding you inside, but right now they're glaring at you.
All right. So if she doesn't have any other information, I would suggest we all head in that direction.
There's a little flappy rug tongue.
Oh god.
And like as you guys draw closer to this area, it's been cordoned off. They're not letting anybody back there except that you have that pearl that Wiley gave you and the tiefling sent you, so they do let you through, and the tent is just kind of like rocking back and forth and just generally blustering and spitting out feathers and just like I have had it. I have had it up to here. I am not taking this anymore. And just because hold on, you can't see me. Okay, it blows a raspberry. There we go. That's how you describe that.
Well, aren't you quite the pleasant one?
Pheasants. Too many pheasants. There are 30 of them. I just need them gone.
I said pleasant, not pheasant.
Oh, I don't want any pheasants either.
Even if they were, it's just a poultry problem.
Pretty foul.
Think you want him to fly the coop? Through the coop? I was getting there.
This conversation is for the
Okay,
birds.
Okay, fine. Everyone can have inspiration. You guys can stop punning now.
Never.
I don't think that's how this works.
I don't think that's how this works either.
All right, we're gonna ran to the tent.
Yes, because you can't run because it's past tense.
That's right. Thank you, Ted.
I don't care how it needs to happen. I just need these animals. Whenever you have animals in your body, they call it parasites.
Well, legitimately, it's not in your body. It's underneath you, technically. So it wouldn't be a parasite.
The
Yeah,
pheasants
it's
are
more
not
like a
under
bed bug.
me. They're in the tent.
They're not within the fabric of yourself.
And like the lanterns, they start turning inward and looking angrier. Like it's almost like eyebrows are happening, but it's just turning, right?
He packed his angry eyebrows.
He he spits a chicken at you.
I dodged the chicken.
The chicken squawks and like flaps around in a crazy circle for a second before like taking to pecking at Klaus, like
So,
panicked bird.
First off, I have to say I am quite impressed. Spontaneous sentience does not happen all that often. So I'd love to know, like, do you know how you actually came to be?
Oh, it's there are a lot of places in this circus that are connected to various points in different planes. You were just in one. I saw you coming out of the tavern.
Hmm.
So is the proximity to so much magic what allowed you to gain this ability?
The tent bobs a nod.
Hmm.
It's far more likely to happen when there's a lot of magic than when there's hardly any. There's so much that I was able to just sort of like draw it in and poof, here I was. Trenton.
Is that what you go by, Trenton?
Yes.
Well,
Hi.
pleasure to meet you, Trenton. And I'll introduce myself and each of my companions.
I go by Tristan. That's pretty close, right?
It is. We could be like brothers.
Yeah, we look about the same.
From the same cloth.
I'm a bit more handsome.
Because you have one?
So one more than it has. I'm sorry.
So
Immediately feel bad.
can you do more than talk, Trenton?
You just saw him spit a chicken at you.
Trenton
Think it-
spits another chicken out.
You think he's got him lined up, or is he just winging it?
Oh no.
I'm kind of shocked that the chickens are, loosened there to, be able to be spat out. But,
They're not
it is
supposed
what
to
it is.
be.
So
But I mean, like, if you wanted, like, could you set yourself up or take yourself down? Can you walk on your own? Like what?
Can you pitch your own tent?
Are you asking if I can just walk away?
Yes.
I'm curious.
There's a creak, a shuffling, and the tent stands up on its spokes and immediately begins to walk away.
I didn't ask you to, as I,
As-
kind of.
Well, no, you didn't, but I can just leave these animals here. I don't have to stay here. I can go somewhere else.
So
I think that's kind of backfiring.
So as like the tent is up and going, I don't know this spell per se, but it's definitely on the bard spell list, anime objects. But so I'm just like, by any chance, did you believe? And I start describing the magical nuances of anime objects to like figure out, like, hey, by any chance, like, did anyone cast a spell on you or?
Are you asking Trenton?
Trenton, yes.
Are you following Trenton to ask because he's leaving?
Absolutely. I'm
I-
bargaining with him.
I believe we're, those of us who are interested are, kind of chasing after.
Right.
Alright,
Chasing?
cool. So
I'm on a stallion, brother.
he is
he's
not
not-
particularly fast. You don't have to be on a horse. He's huge, so he's like just sort of like very slowly moving across the landscape.
Well, I never dismounted, so
I
I'm
think-
still
No.
on the horse.
No, nobody cast a spell like that. I'm just a very old tent.
I think to emphasize how slow he's moving, Raziel sort of hobbles with his cane around the direction where he's going and stops and says, hold on. What? I think we're missing the point of Trenton's objections here.
Mm-hmm.
We're trying to figure out how Trenton came to be or why Trenton came to be, but that's not a question you would ask of you or me. If somebody feels they've been wronged, we wouldn't ask, well, why are you? How did you come to be? Trenton, what would you rather do if you don't want to be host to too many pheasants, as you say?
I would like to host the acrobats.
The acrobats. That's a lofty goal. Sorry, I wanted to get in on the pun action too.
Trying to string him along.
And the other folks' complaint was that Trenton here is is the largest tent to be able to accommodate the Animal Act. But it seems to me that it wouldn't be all that difficult to take a couple of tents, 2, 3 tents, and stitch them together to create a bigger space to accommodate the animals and allow Trenton to explore what he wants to do. It seems kind of selfish, I guess, to want to force Trenton to play host to animals that displease him.
They are so loud all the time. I like this guy. This guy is my favorite guy. I'll listen to this guy.
They're also pretty stinky.
I like the silence that is afforded by not having 30 pheasants or a bunch of chickens or cows or elephants or bears or whatever you have.
It is most unpheasant, yes.
Yeah. So, I think we need to talk to... I forget their name. Did they give us their name? They might not have given us their name.
She didn't, but it was North.
Okay. I'm going to say they might be the kind of folk that receiving a name requires a bargain.
Well, they are, but she gave you something to call her by.
Right. Okay. So we need to go back, and apparently we are a bargaining unit for tense rights. And that's fine. I would rather see
Sorry.
Trenton here not be misused or mistreated by the circus. And I think that unless somebody has a better idea, sure. Well, I don't see why they couldn't take non-sentient tents and modify them, stitch them together to create a new space for the animals, and give Trenton a chance to, on a trial basis, to play host to acrobats.
And Trenton's so lofty, like it might make for better acrobatic acts.
All right, so what you get out of that first is, what we usually do, the acrobatic acts outside, but I suppose if he wants to give that a try, we can try something a little bit more constrained. I'm sure they would welcome the challenge. And so, she starts drawing up plans. She proceeds to pay you guys, each
So
of you...
I would go even a little bit further and see how Trenton could interact with the acrobats to be a part of the show.
And
That's a
at
good
that,
idea.
you get a little slow clap from the back of the room where you didn't think anybody was, and you see where that boy got his angler teeth from, because man, this woman's husband has got some awful teeth too. But actually,
You
some
tell
of you
one
might,
shark story.
you guys play enough D&D that you might actually know what a Jabrin is. But he's he's just a fey guy with some really sharp teeth, essentially. But he comes in and he's like, that is an excellent idea. Make the tent a part of the act.
Right.
And he's like, North, I love these guys. They're great. They've got good ideas. We should invite them back. And
It's we've been around the block quite a number of times, so.
So they start writing some things down. They start making some notes and making some plans. Trenton is quite pleased with this arrangement. You are essentially set up so that if they are in town, you are welcome at any point and there is no admission fee for you. You guys have made a very good impression, and it has not gone unnoticed that you share a patron. So you were kind of bound to get on well to begin with. But you have learned some things about this phenomenon. It is known to happen sometimes. You saw it happen on a ship that was made from the tree that belonged to a dryad. You have seen it happen here in this place that was just saturated with magic to begin with. And it sort of raises the question, under what conditions, are those the only conditions under which this can happen, right? But the rest of the night is yours to just gallivant and to see the sights, to interact with the shows, to sample the food. Somebody here was looking for an elephant ear, if I recall correctly.
I've probably had 2 or 3 by now.
I just love the idea that he just snuck off.
Every time the camera shifts to my character, he's got to do something to eat. Because that's
one of
me
those,
at a fair or a carnival.
one of those giant corn dogs.
Oh yeah, all the foods.
Has your name become so difficult that even you won't say it now? My character, really?
Yeah. I just don't want to encourage anyone to say it correctly.
That's kind of where I was going with that.
Hey, I know I've said it correct at least once.
I've not.
Not tonight.
You.
So I take it North is, Wiley's parent?
Yeah. Yeah, she's his mother.
So I would pull her aside, or ask if I could have, a moment. And I would basically tell her the other details about the shell game. I mean, it's fairly obvious, with me wearing the amulet around my neck, that I serve her, directly, not just offer patronage, and that I have actually had um, direct contact with Nareen, and I see greatness in his future, and bestowed upon him a gift that was given to me from her, just to have her keep an extra eye.
And she nods and considers for a moment and asks, are you in the market for an apprentice in the priestly arts by chance?
I mean, is that something that you think he actually wants? I mean, he's still young.
I will ask him, and if he does decide he does, would it be all right for him to stay? And where would he find you if he did?
Ah,
you're gonna get a roommate, Gelthor.
I don't truly have a place that is my own. But I would impress upon the decision. It doesn't matter how devout one is. It is a choice made as much, if not more so, from the divine. I would gladly teach him the ways and let him be an acolyte if that is what he desires. But if she doesn't feel that he is ready and willing to take the calling, I cannot force him. I cannot force that, nor can I force her.
I'll make sure he understands.
But I give her the name of the tavern, and I guess I'm gonna have to go look for a place to stay.
All right. That is a very good reason. So you guys, is there anything anybody else wants to do, like while you're actually at the fair? Because if not, I am going to transition us back to town.
I now have deep fried ice cream.
I'm pretty sure there's like a bumper cart kind of game at one point that I definitely want to get on.
All right. Yeah,
it's bumper stick ponies.
All right. Like, you being you do that, and then you are able to offer them like suggestions as to how to improve the feature so that it will be better the next time you're on it.
I mean, if you give Tristan time, he will be telling them how they can resolve or fix all of these rides.
They give you vouchers. Like, you can come back tomorrow and the day after and just as many times as you want to keep talking about this if you want.
I exchange numbers, if you will, with someone so they can call me to come like do inspections whenever it seems reasonable.
The person that you exchange these numbers with is that big blue guy named Bone Crusher. He's actually very gentle and quite nice.
But he talks like Macho Man Randy Savage.
No, he's just very few words and very direct and to the point.
Like, although I don't have anything to add particularly to the carnival scene, whatever, my own personal headcanon when I heard like, oh yeah, I need some place to stay, just think of Raziel like, hey, you're already taking in people, right?
Raziel's orphanage.
Right.
I mean, there's a part of me that was like, well, I've already got a couple people staying at my place. As long as you don't touch my books or sit in my chair.
Yeah. And get off my lawn.
I think even though the owlbear is a stuffed owlbear, you'll notice that where I've attached the bag of holding, the stuffed owlbear's head is sticking out of the top.
That's adorable. Yeah, it's just like kind of looking around. Like, I mean, obviously it's not really looking, but it's just like kind of dead stuffed animal eyes sticking out of your backpack. No, I like that.
So imagine at some point Tristan and Bone Crusher's conversations just become like, It's a series of of grunts with no real words.
That's very funny. No, I enjoy that. Like, yeah, you have a rapport. You
Yep.
find it fairly quickly. That said, you guys start to return to your respective domiciles, and Gelthor's got his place at the tavern that he beds down in for the night. And Hussein, where are you even staying?
I have like a treehouse just on the edge of the woods.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that.
It's like the third time it's came up, but
I did know that, but I forgot because you're right. We don't go there. So you have your treehouse. Everything seems fairly peaceful there. Klaus, you get back. Your wife is still working in the laboratory. You're either able to get sleep or wait up for her at your leisure. You're fine. Raziel, Neverest is delighted with the owl bear. She is so excited that you brought that home and is going to find it a place to sit in the room where it will be visible at all times and you can hate it even more. And Tristan. Yeah, Klaus, what were you saying?
Oh, no, I was going to say I present the fat dove to Iridia and be like, hey, I know you like working on mechanical birds, but hear me out. How you consider putting something aside this to make this move as well?
So it becomes a fixture in her workspace and has now become her rubber duck.
Lovely.
Tristan, though, when you get back in, you find out why Simon needed that much space immediately. He's sitting at the table, and he has a letter open in front of him, and he's got his head kind of like fingers pinching the temples, and without a word, he slides it to you. And the page in front of you, it's a handwritten letter. It's something Serendipity wrote that has made its way into your home. Annotations, things that she had noted down about what she and her friends were researching at the time, and it's a lead. I will get back to you with the exact details of like where that lead is for next time, because that is what next session is going to be, but it's something about what she was doing that night.
And I also kind of imagine before Tristan, because Tristan starts to read it and Simon can see like the focus and then the furrow of the brow and then the face sort of dropping, and Simon would have to say, something along the lines of, I almost didn't show you this.
Yeah.
Because I knew what you would do next.
But I took the time to think about it. I knew that you would never forgive me if you didn't know. And I just needed to take some time to reconcile with that myself.
Tristan just sort of nods, takes a deep breath, lets it out, says, well, I'm going to the bar. I crumple up the letter, shove it in my jacket, turn around, and wheel out the door.
I think this time I'm coming with you, he says, and he grabs his coat and follows.
Good, because Tristan was going to do dumb shit.
Well, he's sure not going to now. That is the extent of what I have prepared, but if anybody has anything else that they want to touch on before we close, I've got a few minutes for that.
Did they let us keep these cool little horses?
Yes.
Perfect.
Good. I was hoping I could write cock horse on my character sheet.
I was not expecting you guys to be immature about that. I
just didn't know what it was.
You understand, just about every D&D player, when they start playing D&D, embraces their inner 12-year-old.
I know.
I'm not going to explain what this is. So if we play in 1 month or 6 months, we're going to see if I'm going to understand why there's a cock horse in my bag of holding.
All right, well,
just make sure you don't get dyslexic.
Exasperatedly ask what a cock horse is. I promise I'll explain again because I will remember.
I knew exactly
does
what you were
Raziel
talking about for the record.
Does Raziel have space for Gelthor and potentially his acolyte?
Yeah, I got a new bag of holding. I can fit you guys.
Oh my god.
I don't think we can stay in the bag
No,
of holding.
no, but I think Raziel might make that joke, but I think there's probably a case to be made to make some room. I could move a few things and shove them into the bag of holding.
All right.
And if you want that to only be temporary, Hasea would be willing to help you build like something along the beach so you're closer to where you like to be too.
But that also requires buying land. I don't know how much money we got for, fixing the tent.
We got money.
But for now,
Well, if my memory serves correctly, correct me if I'm wrong, Gelthor, but that boat that was wrecking that came alive, you're captain of it now.
Right, yeah. You go boat.
Well, I thought that Black Pearl was going to turn into a boat.
That's just me going off my memory, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, Tristan would totally just be like, "Oh yeah, you can live on the boat." I've got it there. It's docked for no reason anyway, because Tristan is the legal captain or owner of that boat. But
is it in ship shape?
It's shaping ships.
It's shaped like a ship. So regardless, we'll figure out the particulars of the living situation. But maybe it's a part-time at Raziel's, part-time at the boat. Obviously I wouldn't want to be doing the training and interrupt Raziel stuff. So is Wiley like part tiefling, part something else?
Yeah, he has got both Fey and demonic blood in him, and just a personal attunement to the sea that kind of manifests in an anglerfish way.
Does he have gills?
Part demon, part Fey. That definitely speaks to the mischief angle of things, for sure.
All right, I think that said, though, I'm gonna let you guys out early because I don't.
Looks like we're gonna cut out early. Thanks for tuning in with us for another session of Old Guard. As a minor reminder, we take December off from all of our monthly games. You will be able to kind of join Carlos, Robin, and myself as we continue our journey through Under the Dome Valeria through the next month and a half or so, as the intrigue of that game is about to seriously take off. We had some serious after game conversations last time that I'm super excited about. So come on back Tuesday and check us out there. Anybody have anything that they want to plug? All right. Until next time, stay nerdy.
Stay nerdy.